Our aquaculture setup. Should I introduce myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm 80.
I'm Rachel.
And so yeah, we basically made this. It's called aquaculture. Basically, it's just nutrient cycling, taking energy from nature and a little bit of energy from electricity, and yeah, like nutrients cycle through. There's like a full water cycle going on.
Basically take the ammonia excreted by the fish and it gets cycled up to the plants, which then take it up as a nutrient, as nitrate, and then clean the water and return it.
Rachel, can you push it this way?
So the fish's waste is like food for the plants, and the plant's waste is like food for the fish. Yeah.
Yep, and it cleans the water for them, so you don't have to continually clean out the tanks, since that's what would end up killing the fish anyways. Basic setup, you're just trying to recirculate the water, so you've got a cart is handy, you've got a bin. We just drilled a hole through, use some plumber's putty on PVC. It's good to set up the bin, at an angle so that it's going to flow down this way.
You want to choose a fish that's pretty resilient. We thought about getting goldfish, but realized that you'd have to add chemicals all the time to keep the water clean.
Although you could conceivably do this, with a small home setup, just putting a tray in there. But yeah, you could choose. In terms of the fish, it's good to pick something that's hardy, like bottom feeder, like a catfish or a tilapia that can tolerate a wide range of conditions.
Yeah. And so basically, you just let it go, and then a few weeks later, you eat everything that you grew.
So right now,
it's super easy to do, and anyone can do it. Really sustainable food source.
And right now in here we have basil and mustard greens,
Tomato,
so
Roman tomatoes.
So the tomatoes are already flowering, and the basil's doing well, and so are the greens. So they're actually doing pretty good. And
the fish, kind of like what Professor Ayers was saying earlier, a lot of it is just trial and error. So,
if anyone wants catfish, free catfish, he's ready to go.
He might not make it, but yeah. Then we'll get some tilapia.
So can the fish eat any of the plants that you're growing? Or what would you feed them?
We actually have
fish
pellets. We have fish food for
Okay.
that. So yeah, it is possible to set up, if you were able to get some duckweed from a pond, if you had a fish that fed on that sort of thing, then that would also be possible. So this has definitely been like you said, a trial and error, trying to find the right plants and set up to get everything to run right.
But it's an ongoing thing, obviously the tomatoes haven't sprouted yet, so there's still time to improve, and then we can all eat the stuff when it's ready.
Mm-hmm. I'll bet the catfish would eat a tomato.
Probably eat a
Yeah.
Probably eat any of these things, really.
Yeah.
So.
Great.
Okay, any questions?
Any questions? It's very hands-on too, so if you guys want to take a look at, it's really interesting, all the roots. If you come up close, you can see them.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We kind of didn't know how it was going to work with the soil. We were thinking about different ways to do it, just directly in the gravel or using these clay pellets. But really surprisingly, they've all taken root really well. Even these mustard greens, which seemed like, I thought for sure that they would never get their roots all the way through, but their roots are coming out the bottom of this here right now. So they've really done pretty well.
Yeah.
All of them really. So.
Well, I know that tomato plants are like those self-watering feeders. So they like to suck the water up from underneath rather than having water percolate down from above like we normally do.
And the basil, and if you were doing strictly rocks, something like basil and the mustard greens would probably be preferable because they don't need any of the phosphate. All they really need is that nitrate. So we had soil, so we were able to do, and this is similar to what you all saw at Tribeca, where they had basically this exact same sort of setup on a larger scale using potted plants and gravel. So
Yeah, their setup was in a greenhouse, and they had, I think, 300 tilapia growing. But this is just something you can just make at your own house. So.
Is this something that you could do outside? Say you had a pond, a fish pond outside. Could you?
A lot of people's, when we were researching it, were just outside. Yeah.
the only difference is that if you don't have, if you're doing like the pond in your yard, it just supports a lot lower density of fish because it doesn't recirculate the water. So that's kind of the main. But you could do, I mean, you could put a little pond in your backyard and see what grows.
Any more questions? All right. Thanks, Sadie and Rachel.